Well, it's a lovely Sunday. And I got to figure out what I'm going to get into here. There's all kind of stuff to do. Put the door on. Bolt the exhaust that I've got already built up under there. Assemble the fuel tank and the fuel system. All kind of stuff. So, let me get started. Mrs. Heavy Chevy went to the Home Depot. And she's going to try this again. She's awful upset. Worked all day and it didn't turn out to suit her. So, she's going to try again. When she gets something in her mind to do, she's going to do it. By George. So we got that going for us. So anyway, let me gather my thoughts here and figure out what's what. What does that say? 64? I don't know why, but I feel a little chilly. Anyway, I put my coat on, my jacket on. Once I get busy here, I'll warm right up. I bet that made for some good video, me standing here jumping up and down. Alright, I suppose the first thing I gotta do is clean my workbench off, because from the last project, so I can figure out where my tools are and all like that right there. Alright, one good thing is I was cleaning up here a little bit and I found the cable. At least I think it's the cable for the e-brake off that 96 F350. That's it right there. Just needs to be cleaned up. That way I can make the hole and run the cable, or figure out how to run the cable for the emergency brake. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to raise the car up. I've got the exhaust already made with the cutouts and the mufflers. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. That'll help me figure out where the correct place to route fuel lines and wires, stuff like that. Make sure we don't get it too close to hot spots. You know what I'm saying? And Mrs. Heavy Chevy is bound and determined to make the drive shaft look like a barber's pole. So that's good, I guess. So she's going to work on that here presently. As soon as she gets everything together, she's done, went and got everything. Probably spent $100. Well, maybe not, but. And that's a good reason why y'all should hit the like button. So I can afford her. Alright, Mrs. Heavy Chevy has informed me that if I need her help, I'm going to need to use it right quick, because she can't stand to be distracted while she's in the middle of something. And you know, I sort of know what that feels like. But I'm not going to say it. So what we're getting ready to do here is put this door on. I'm going to hold the door up. And she's going to start a couple of screws there. And we may video it. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Alright. Is that going to look okay? I think so. Alright, you see the screws there? Mm-hmm. There's a little impact. We're going to attempt to line up on the old alignment. Okay.
How is that going to work?
I don't know. I figure it out.
No. This impact.
Start to screw by hand.
You got to go up. You gotta go in. Yeah, you gotta go in. Closer.
It's heavy, girl.
But where are you? You're not prepared.
Where'd the bit go? It wasn't the end of it.
There it is. That's what I tried to tell you. How was I gonna do that? It was sitting here like this. No bit.
Well, start another screw.
I'm not sure that one's even. Line this bottom up. bottom. I'm not sure. Can't get it. It's not doing it. You gotta get in closer or something.
Tell me what to do and I can do it. I can't see.
You're pushing out at the bottom now. I just can't start it. Doesn't want to start.
All right, do this. Stop
That's because it needs to go up.
and get the jack and put it under the center of the door before I break my back here. I'm holding this heavy door.
What jack?
The aluminum floor jack.
It is gonna go that high?
So high as it goes.
That's what I thought.
Set the car down a little bit. A little more. A little more. A little more. All right, now come back and get the jack.
Come back and what?
The jack.
Okay.
Now jack up the jack.
I thought you said that's as far as it goes. Make
I
up your
guess we can
mind.
go around far enough. Let it down some more. Let it down some more. The car. Let the car down some more. 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 Oh, it's hitting something. All right, get the jack under it. A little bit more. Oh! We should have done to start with, for Pete's sake. Alright, let me go hold the door. Let me find the bit. Hold the bit right there. It is laying on the floor.
I tried to tell you that.
You didn't try to tell me nothing.
I did.
You said,
I said, how am I going to do that with this?
You didn't say the bit is missing. I got it on video.
I showed it to you. Or I pointed to it one or something, but
Alright, can you start it now?
I'm not sure. We'll see.
Before I have a nervous breakdown.
You just got to stay calm.
I'm calm as a cucumber. Cool as a cucumber.
Huh. I wouldn't always agree with that.
Let me go get you a Phillips screwdriver so you can make sure it's started. Eh, that's worse than going to the gym.
What jack? Well,
The jack we're working with. That's which jack.
that's a legit question. You better hope it closes.
You better hope it closes your car. Is it started?
Yeah.
Did you catch a thread?
Yeah.
Alright, now let me have a look at it.
You don't want me to catch one up here?
Yeah, make sure you got one. Don't get it too tight because we gotta adjust it. Oh, right there. All right, let me look here.
All right.
It's perfectly aligned. Right there. Or nearly so. All right, now let me look down here. Pick up on the door slightly. All right, let's see what that is. All right, let's see if the door shuts. You want to?
Sure. Oh. Nice shot.
Shuts. Looks like we need to move the bottom of the door in just a little, maybe. I don't recall how well this door fit before, but it seems a little tight on the back side.
I was thinking that later on. I was thinking.
What did I say? The bottom's got to go out?
I thought you said in a little bit. Out would make it tighter, wouldn't it, to the... It's really snug.
And you're right. That's what I was trying to say.
You heard it. I felt it go down.
Didn't go down very much. Ooh, that's enough. Ho, 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 ho. Let's see what that does. Or is what had happened. I pick it up just a little. Oh, let it down just a little. It's not terrible. That's gonna have to do for the moment. Gordon, you've seen enough of this design. All right, now that we've installed the door, we can see, hey, it's got bubbles in it. It's rust. Ain't that nice?
What a surprise.
Ain't that a surprise? Yeah. All right, she helped me put the exhaust on that side, which was a big help, and she didn't argue with me as much that time.
No.
Okay. I'm thankful for small blessings. All right, she helped me out. That made it a lot easier. You know, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. There it is. Pipes in. Another thing I need to consider is a drive shaft loop, probably. want a new piece of sandpaper? There, don't that work better?
Yeah.
Whenever it quits cutting good, put a new piece of sandpaper on it. I got something else in there to help them little spots if you want.
Yeah.
I really should consider moving that air compressor outside. I really should. She's making it run all the time. I'm gonna work on the gas tank next, I think. The young man's out here, and you might think he's getting ready to weld, but no. He's going to catch a rooster. I don't blame him. Roosters can be kind of tough. Yeah. Alright, go get it. Might as well catch them 2 or 3 of them while you're at it. Stupid lens cap. Alright, I think what I'm going to do first is put the fuel tank sender in it. And then I'll figure out the fuel pump. Alright, the first thing we got to do is take off and discard this lower bracket. Because it's too much tallest. So, let me go about that. Tell you what, I'm having a time with this sender. This thing only goes on one way. And the only way it'll go on is where the float hits the baffle. So I had to bend it. Let's see if it works this time. I've had it in and out of there about 20 times. Once again, I got distracted. We got somebody who wants to ride a dirt bike. Turns out the mouse built a house in the air box. Ate the air filter. So that's a terrible mess. Rotted the screen out in it. So don't be gonna ride it today. And then the boy and his buddy was catching roosters. We got rid of 2 roosters. I bought some laying hens from the neighbors the other day. Well, not the other day, but a while back. Anyway, they ain't laid no eggs, and that's because about half of them were roosters. What do I know? Alright, let me get back to what I was doing. And what I was doing was trying to get this stupid thing to go in there. Alright, look here. Remember when I was talking about the tank and parts were in Pakistan and Mexico and Spain and China? Well, look where the pump's made at. What? The USA. She's got her barber's pole in white. She's going to let that dry an hour and then she's going to come back and mask it off. Hope the paint don't pull off this time because she was powerful mad last time. Alright. Let me, while I got no distractions, try to get this figured out. Alright, I got the fuel pump assembly assembled. So now I just got to round up the gasket and put everything together. I got a feeling this stuff will work better with a deeper tank, about 1 inch deeper. Alright. I got my little gas gauge wire stubbed out where I can get it once the tank's up in there. I got the 2 wires stubbed out for the fuel pump. Now what I got to do is get my fuel lines out where I can get a hold of them. So I guess that means I need to crawl into the car and figure out which side I'm going to run the fuel lines up. And how long and how I'm going to run it out to where the fuel filter is going to be. So I'll begin to do that. The only reason I said that was I used to go listen to this preacher, and he'd say that all the time. Drove me crazy. He'd say began when he's supposed to say begin. But we're just country people around here, so that's okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention at the dry shaft shop place, they didn't give me this piece because he says for a 57 Chevy. That's a Ford part. I said, yeah, I know, it's a Ford part. But that's what I need since it's a Ford Explorer rear end. Starting to wish I didn't put a tack welder right there. But I did. I did do it. Did I put one on the other side? I don't remember. Probably did. Anything to make it a little harder on myself, you know. Alright. Well, that's what I'm looking at. It says in the instructions you should probably consider to put a trap door in the trunk so you can change the fuel pump if ever needed. It does seem like a good idea, doesn't it? I guess it seems like the thing to do is run the stuff up the driver's side. Although it's busier over here. Got the wiring, got the e-brake cable. I don't know. But it comes in on the driver's side on the intake too. So maybe I'll go up there and gander around. When I was going to use the truck intake, I had it in mind to use this. And then I had it in mind to use part of this. Then I got the check in here. That flex piece there don't feel too good. So anyway, let me study on it. Alright, I'll show you what I'm thinking. Let me go under the car to begin to tell you. Alright, I think I'm going to put the fuel filter right there. How you like that? Now, most people run that braided line all the way, but I just can't. I can't like that. I think what I'm going to do is figure out a way to do the metal line. I'll make it nice and neat, bend up and around that, and then come down here and run along the frame. But I got to be able to get from them flared fittings, a flare on the tube thread, to an AN fitting, so I can have a rubber line somewhere between there and there or something like that. Maybe we'll come up, bend it this way, and have the line something like that. I don't know. And then I also like the idea. Oh yeah, I figured out where I was going to cut my trap door. It's going to be right there. I got to clean the trunk out to do it. I'm going to drill a hole in each corner and then cut it out. Then I got to think about how I want to do those lines from the tank. I really prefer steel line as much as possible. So let me think on that a little bit. I gotta get down my fitting box and see what I got for fittings. Probably not what I need. What else was I gonna tell you? I think that's all I was gonna tell you. I think. I'm going to use this stuff if I can. It's much better. More better. Hey, look. Dual quad intake for a small block Chevy. I got to do something with that someday. You know, I'm starting to get old. I better hurry up. Alright. I'm going to turn the camera off now. As hard as it is to believe, after all these years of accumulating stuff, there ain't no dang AN stuff in there. It's all for gasoline, carbureted, you know, old school stuff. Anyway, I think this is where I'm going to wrap it up. I'm getting hungry. And, you know, you got to feed the beast. So hit the like button. Don't forget to do that. Don't cost a dime. Helps me out a bunch. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And, come back and figure out how I hack this car together. It'll be fun, at least for me.